Hi guys, and welcome to College Composition, or English 123. We're in section 71. So it's nice to see a full class, a lot of people willing to give up a month of their summer to earn some college credits. I wanted to just do a little video so everybody knows where they can find information that they're looking for, and just kind of see how the course is going to work so that we can all just stay on the same page. So what you're looking at now is our home page. You'll see that there is a section for announcements. That's how you got prompted to find this video. And that's where I'll shoot things that people need to know. Maybe I'm changing a date on something. Maybe I'm just responding to something that I'm seeing going on in the class. So you'll usually get an email that notifies you of the announcement as well. But clicking on the announcement section will get you to whatever the announcement entails. So that's our home page. If you need to get back there, we have in the taskbar, which is to the left, a link directly to the home page, which again is what you see right now. There's also an announcement section if you want to get right there and see previous announcements for some reason. So what I want to start with is course information. So there will be the orientation video here. That's what you clicked on to watch this. And below that, I have deconstructed the syllabus. There's also a printable syllabus at the bottom that has all of the same information, but this just breaks it down for you so it's easy for you to find quick facts. There is information on course basics, which I encourage you to read first. The first thing that I wanted to just kind of advise everyone is on the speed that this course is going to work within. This is a typically 15-week semester, and we'll be doing it in 4. So just expect a lot of work. But like I said, in 4 or 5 weeks, you can walk away with 3 college credits, which is really amazing. So just kind of stay on task. I would check in every day, work with a calendar that works for you. If there's a day of the week that you have something assigned, but it's not a day that works for you due to a work schedule or family obligations, work around those ahead of time. So again, just keep that in mind. Instructional modules, I'll go into those in a moment, but essentially that's just what we're doing for that week. It's all of the content that you need, and I've organized it so that every week when you click on instructional modules, which is in the taskbar, it'll be the same orientation every week, so you know what to expect, and it'll stay consistent in there for you guys, because I think that helps you guys stay organized. We're going to be using a discussion board. A lot of that is going to be for peer review purposes, which I'll talk about. And due dates are always for midnight of that date. So if I say that it's due June 11th, always just assume that means at midnight. I try to keep the quizzes due Thursdays. Other dates just kind of change because it's such a fast course. It used to be like always things were due on Sunday, but sometimes I want to give you guys a couple extra days, or whatever, works within the schedule. So just keep an eye on the schedule. There's a way for you to look ahead as well, which I'll talk about. Anybody who's planning on using a mobile phone for the course, you will have to use desktop versions for certain pieces, like the quizzes. The desktop just is a lot easier to use. So if you don't have access to a desktop, please let me know and I can see what we can arrange for that. For internet browsers, try to use Firefox. That works the best. Chrome works well, but Internet Explorer always seems to have glitches. So that'll be always the first thing that I ask you if you're having issues, is which browser you're using Blackboard on. As far as communication between you guys and myself, I have a thread going in the discussion board, which I'll show you for general questions. But if you want to get a hold of me in terms of a private conversation, I have included, oh, that is my wrong email. I will update that. That's the other school. But I do my best to get back to you guys within 24 hours. Often it's quicker than that, but just kind of depending on the time of day or what's going on with my other courses, it can take up to 24 hours. If you're having technical difficulties, I'm not a ton of help in that regard, so I've included some phone numbers for people who can help you with that sort of thing. And student-student interaction will be occurring in terms of the discussion posts. So course basics, again, there's lots of information in this course information, the description and the outline, essay information in MLA format, our textbook, you can see pictures of them, the information for them there, our attendance policy, participation, communication, grading policy, evaluation, any assistance. So people obviously are struggling right now, but there's a lot of resources available to you through the school, and I've included links directly to them. So look through here, see if any of them would be helpful. We have a food pantry, we have wellness and support services, computer labs, all sorts of things. This student success coaches is something that's a little newer to SCC, but they're great. And I've included yours for this course, who's Heather Lassard, and there's her email there. So anything that you're having trouble with, whether it's personal, education, she's a really good resource. So all the information is there. And like I said, there's a printable syllabus if you like to have a physical copy of the policies. So look through there because you will be held accountable to that information. And if anything needs clarification, let me know. About the instructor, I have to update my picture. I don't know why that's not working on here. But there's a little bit about me if you're curious. So click through there. But I really want to get us to instructional modules. So module 1 is week 1, and we're going to start off with a comparative analysis. So like I said, every week you're going to expect this same layout. We're going to start with some weekly objectives. This just kind of helps you understand why we're doing what we're doing. In 4 weeks, I don't have time to give you guys busy work, even if I wanted to. Everything that we're doing is for a specific purpose. It's building on tools that you're going to need to be successful in college and in your careers. So the objectives, I think, just help you guys learn or understand before you spend all this time, why am I doing what I'm doing? So read through those. You're going to find a lecture folder next. And this is all content that I have created myself. So you'll go through here. These should all be working now. We're going to talk about some pre-writing strategies, how to write an effective thesis. This one's actually a PowerPoint you'll flip through. 6 key pieces to a successful comparative analysis, and I've included student examples as well. So when you click on these, you'll open up a Word document, and these just help if you're really stuck in terms of, what I'm looking for. So the 4 student examples that I've included, they've all earned A's, and they're all really different topics too. So you'll notice that throughout the course, you're given entirely free rein on the topics that you want to talk about, because I find people get more engaged, they're more interested in learning when they can write about things that they care about. And on my level, I don't need to read the same thing over and over again about one topic. Whatever interests you, whatever information you already have in terms of comparative analysis. I've had people compare things that are very personal to of their children or themselves and somebody that they used to be, things like that. So be as creative with that as you can. And again, look through those student examples if you're just completely stuck. So those were all within the lecture folder. Below there, you will have your reading assignments for the week. This most likely will change a little bit because I do not have the Siegel book, the edition that you guys have. So I need to update that, but that's where you will find the reading for that week. Below there is the peer review comparative analysis, which is going to be posted into the discussion tab. So the instructions for that are below, and when you click on that, you will create a thread. Again, you'll see the assignment directions again. For your subject, I ask you guys to write your name. So in my case, it would be, Holub's Draft 1. It just helps me to see who's responding to who later on. And for these, you have the option of either writing in the text box itself. I don't know how many words are the maximum though, and the final draft will have to be an attachment. So it's really up to you how you want to handle the rough draft, but if you want to just work on your draft with Google Docs or Word or something like that, you can also attach a file as well and then click submit. Let's get back to the module. Below there are 2 quizzes. So this week we're doing one for some sentence structure help, comma splices and fused sentences, and also writing a thesis. So again, that's how all of the instructional modules are going to work. Objectives, lecture, assigned reading, the discussion post-due, and then the quizzes below that. So I think that keeps people pretty well organized. The next tab is the schedule and due dates. And again, everything that you will find in the module is listed on the schedule here. So the module, the dates that they're occurring, the topics we'll be covering, any lecture material, the assigned reading for the week, the quizzes, and the discussion. And in bold, you'll see the due dates. So I put it in this order because that's kind of in general, the order of the due dates. So again, quizzes are on Thursdays. Discussions are a little bit different, but again, they're in bold there. So look ahead, get out a calendar and write down, when you want to have things done by, just so that you can keep yourself on track, because it'll be really easy to get behind since this is such a short semester. So we already looked at the discussion board through the instructional modules, but you can get there directly with this link as well. So this forum, it's called Ask the Professor. A couple people have already posted, which is awesome to see that you found that. So think about that as like raising your hand in class. You have a clarification on an assignment, you have a broad question or question about the topic, something that's not personal, put it in there. Otherwise, just use my email. There's a little bit of an explanation in terms of how discussion board works, what a proper discussion board looks like versus an improper discussion board. And we have our first peer review, our first discussion board in here as well. So you can get there through the instructional module, or you can get there directly from the discussion board. There's a link to send an email. So if you want to email another student, if you want to email me, you can do that. Unfortunately, you can't get your email within Blackboard. I'm not sure why they've made it that way. But if you click on SCC email, this will send you to our Outlook email. So it'll probably ask you to sign in again, but that will allow you to check your email. And I would do that periodically. You'll be getting information from me, from the school. In general, if it's something important, I will post in the announcements section as well, but it's still a good idea just to check in on your email. You can keep track of your grades. There's nothing in here right now, but you can kind of also look ahead. So you see, again, you have quizzes due May 28th. That's the Thursday of your first week, and then your grade will be posted to the right. So I know I went through that quickly. I try to keep all my videos less than 15 minutes. That's about how long I think people want to listen to a video. But hopefully that just explains how this whole course works. What you're going to be doing every week is clicking on instructional modules. So week 1, you're going to click on module 1. Week 2, you'll come back and you'll see module 2, and we're going to move on from there. Again, if you really want to look ahead, you can look at our schedule and due dates here. Like I said, this assigned reading is likely to change because I'm still waiting on the updated edition of your textbook. The They Say, I Say should be the same. The page numbers might be different because I also have an out-of-date edition of that as well. But in general, the information is the same. The page numbers might just be a little bit different. So again, I'm really glad to have you guys all in class. I think it's going to be a really successful semester. I have been working online for years. I've been taking a lot of training lately so that everybody can be successful. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to have 3 credits done. You're not going to have to wait a whole 15 weeks to earn those credits. You can check it off the list and move on. So again, I appreciate it. Email me if anything is unclear, anything is confusing, or if I've said something that you need more help with, please let me know. So I look forward to an exciting 4 weeks. Thanks, guys.